Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Christ is risen. So, in the epistle today, guys, we heard about a man named Simon Magus, Simon the sorcerer. And if you were paying attention, or maybe you were, but you didn't quite understand what was happening, Simon was a magician, he was a sorcerer. And he used to like to trick the people, and he liked to get their attention. He enjoyed people following him and listening to him and giving him attention. He loved to be the one that was always being paid attention to. You know, the center of the room, as they say. So Simon loved this feeling of people listening to him and really kind of being in control. He liked this. And so when Simon saw that the apostles had come and that they had a power that was greater than his, he began to become jealous because he didn't like the fact that someone else has more attention, was getting more attention than he was. And so he decided, I know what I'll do. I bet I could get this power for myself too. So he goes to the apostles and he says, how much for this power of this Holy Spirit that you have? Now, can God be bought? Is God something that we can buy with money? No. I want to teach you guys a word today. Okay? I'll teach you a word. Integrity. Do you know this word? Integrity? Do you know what it means? No? Okay. Integrity. See, Simon didn't have integrity. Simon was willing to do whatever he needed to do to get what he wanted. Right? He didn't have any standards. He didn't think to himself what was right and what was wrong. He just knew, I wanted to be the center of attention. I want everyone to look at me and to listen to me, and that's all that matters. So if I have to try to buy something to get that, I'll do it. Right? But he didn't have any honor. He didn't have a willingness to sacrifice for something greater than himself. He just wanted what he wanted. He was selfish. Marina? Oh, there's money back then, sweetie. Yeah. There was lots of money back then. And they all have the picture of Caesar on them. So, integrity was something he was lacking. And let me give you an understanding of what integrity is. Somebody has integrity when they do the right thing and no one is looking. Does that make sense? Because there's people who they want to do the right thing, but they want to do the right thing as long as somebody sees them and they can go like, oh, you did such a good job. And so they're doing the right thing. They're being obedient, or they're going to church, or they're saying their prayers, or they're mowing the lawn, not because they should, not because they want to, but they want someone to say, ooh, good job, right? They want the attention. That's not integrity. See, God saw the heart of Simon, and God sees all of our hearts, whether we're doing something with integrity or whether we're doing something so that people can look at us and pat us on the back and make us feel good. You see, there's nothing wrong with wanting to feel good, guys. There's nothing wrong with wanting to feel special. The problem is why? Because if you remember God, guess what? You'll feel special because you are special to God. In fact, nobody can make you feel as special as God. But so oftentimes we don't want God's approval. We want someone else's approval. And so we like to show off. We like to do things that get attention. And we like to live without integrity. We want to do things for people to see us versus what God is seeing. Do you understand? So what are we to do? How do we avoid this? Another word I'll teach you guys. Vanity. Vanity. Vainglory. It's looking for something for other people's purposes. Looking for something to get the praise from other people. It's pointless. The only person we should be looking to really impress is God. So what do? We eat the bread of life. You ever heard this expression, you are what you eat? You ever heard that before? No? What do you think it means? You are what you eat. Oh. Well, that's right. If you eat good food, you're healthy. But if you eat bad food all the time, what's going to happen? You're not going to be healthy, and you're not going to be happy either. So you are what you eat. If you eat junk food, you're going to be junky. If you eat good food, your body will be good. Jesus said, I am the bread of life. So, if we want life, if we want to have a life filled with integrity and good things, then we feed on Jesus. Well, how do we feed on Jesus? We take communion. Very good. But there's something that we have to do besides take communion, and this is maybe a little bit of the secret nobody knows. What's that? Yes, we go to confession, that's true. But we have to keep the commandments. See, there's people who they take communion, but they don't keep the commandments. Do you know what that means? They want to take communion, they want all the good things from the communion, but they don't want to obey Jesus. They don't want to live the way that Jesus tells them to live. Right? So they're lacking integrity. Right? So if we want to have life in us, we take Holy Communion, and Holy Communion is like this seed, if you will, that goes in, and then we water that seed by living the commandments, by doing what Jesus told us to do. And then when we do that, the more we do the commandments and we obey Jesus, the more the Holy Communion in us grows, and then pretty soon we become holy. But we are living a life of integrity. We're doing things so that God sees us and not other people, right? We're doing things in such a way that will be pleasing to God and not to our pride, okay? So, through the prayers of St. Mary of Egypt, may we all learn to have integrity.